So 12th class accountancy, chapter 4, and today's topic is net profit ratio. Gross profit ratio, operating ratio, and operating profit ratio already we have done. And today's topic is net profit ratio. So write down the formula for net profit ratio. Net profit after tax. Net profit is not a new term for you people. Already we have done in 11th class, and you all know very well that how to calculate net profits. Net profit after tax. So if in the question net profits are given before tax and taxes are given or tax rate is given, then you have to subtract the tax upon RFO again into 100. Yes, one thing you must have noticed in this profitability ratios that each and every ratio is calculated as a percentage of revenue from operations, because profits are directly related with sales. So whether we are calculating gross profit ratio or operating ratio or operating profit ratio, net profit ratio, everything is calculated as a percentage of RFO. What is the percentage of RFO as a gross profit, as operating profit, or as a net profit? So the denominator is same in all the four ratios. Only the numerator is changing as per the name of the ratio. As this is the net profit ratio, so the numerator will be net profit. If it is gross profit ratio, then the numerator will be gross profit. And if it is operating profit ratio, then the numerator will be operating profit. So it's very simple to learn all the formulas. If you are doing the interconnection, you are finding the interconnection in between the different ratios. So RFO is the common variable, and the profit numerator will be changing as per the name of the ratio. And all the profitability ratios are find out in percentages. So that's why in profitability ratios, the formula will be always multiplied by 100. Clear? So now RFO is again the same term. RFO means net sales, total sales, which is equal to cash sales plus credit sales minus sales return. Now how to calculate net profit ratio? Net profit. So net profit, to find out net profit, gross profits must be given in the question, or you have to calculate the gross profit. Now gross profit minus all indirect expenses. This will be net profit before tax. Okay, gross profit minus all indirect expenses. Indirect expenses means all operating plus non-operating, all expenses, which we were writing in 11th class in P&L. Indirect expenses plus all other income. Plus other incomes. Again, other income will be including both incomes. Other operating income plus other non-operating income. So the whatever the answer will come, that will be the net profit before tax. Now, if the tax rates are given in the question, tax rate is given. Suppose our net profit before tax is 5 lakh, suppose, and tax rate is 50%. So tax is always calculated on the net profit before tax. So 50% of 5 lakh is 2,50,000. So in the next step, step 2, we need to calculate net profit after tax. So 5 lakh is the net profit before tax, and 2,50,000 are the taxes. So it means net profit after tax will be rupees 2,50,000. And we need to consider this here, not the 5 lakh. But if the question is silent about the tax rate, suppose nothing is mentioned in the question and this tax rate is not given separately in the question, then we will assume that whatever the profit is there, that is the net profit after tax. So we will assume the tax is 0 or taxes are already subtracted. So whatever the answer will be coming, that you will assume is net profit after tax. Clear? And higher the ratio is always a better ratio. Higher the ratio is better. because it represents the actual profit from the firm, which will be further appropriated. Net profits are appropriated. How the net profits appropriation is done, this is beyond your syllabus, but I am explaining here for your knowledge. Suppose the net profits are there, and now this net profit will be allocated. So the allocation of the net profit is known as appropriations. What it is known? Appropriations. Before finding out the net profit, all the charges have been subtracted. Charges means we need to pay all the expenses. We need to pay whether there is profit or loss. So after calculating the net profit, this is the final amount of profit from which all the outsider claims have been subtracted. So afterwards, all the companies, all the partnership firms need to make appropriations. How the profits are allocated? How the profits are appropriated? First, one portion is given to the government in the form of taxes, profit tax, which are also known as corporate tax, which you must have studied in economics in national income, corporate tax. Then in the left out profit, which is known as profits after tax, is further divided in two parts, which is related to, now we have given all the claims to the outsiders, like the employees have got the salary or wages, employees have got the salary or wages, and the lenders have got the interest. Lenders have got interest. Yes, lenders have got all the interest amount. So that is a third party claim. So they all have given to the third party amount. But now who is left? In case of companies, shareholders are left. They are known as the owners of the company, and owners will be getting dividend. So from the left out profits, dividends are distributed to the shareholders. And all of you have studied in 11th class a concept that was retained earnings. That was retained earnings. Anyone can tell me the meaning of retained earning? Anyone? Please raise your hands. Meaning of retained earning. Yes, please tell me. Meaning of retained earning. You can raise up your hands. In 11th class in business studies, you have studied beta retained earnings. Yes, Vaishali. Yes, beta, you can speak up. Vaishali.
मैम वो अपने प्रॉफिट से ही हर साल थोड़ा थोड़ा सेव कर लेना इस रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स जो प्रॉफिट अर्न करते हैं उसी में से
yes, very good. So why the retained earnings are required, beta? What is the need of retained earnings? Yes, Vaishali.
मैम कभी किसी जरूरत के टाइम पे अगर सपोज something happened, so
yes,
फंड होने चाहिए उस वजह से.
Yes, very good. To meet out the future, very good, beta. To meet out the future contingencies, retained earnings are required. We all know that future is uncertain and business has to work in uncertain environment. So to meet out any future uncertainty or contingency, retained earnings are required. So in accountancy also in 11th class, we have studied about the reserves. One chapter was there in 11th accountancy, that was the provisions and reserve. So those retained earnings are transferred to the reserves. So this is the appropriation of net profit, which is beyond your syllabus, beyond your course, but I have explained here just to enhance your knowledge for the concept clarity. So whatever the net profit the business is getting, that net profit is further appropriated. Appropriations means when there will be profit, only then these appropriations will be made. Like tax will be paid only when the profits will be there. If the firm has earned losses, then no taxes can be paid. Dividend, you all know that dividend is paid to the shareholder and only it is paid when profits are there. Dividend cannot be paid out of losses. Similarly, reserves will be maintained out of the retained earnings to meet out the future contingencies from the profits only. So whenever we are talking about the charges means we need to pay whether there is profit or loss, but appropriations means they will be made only when there are profits. So this is the government portion. This is the shareholder portion, which is given in the form of dividend. And this is for business on use. Business has to strengthen its financial position to meet out the future contingencies. Clear? So this was the whole topic for today. Net profit ratio. The formula is net profit after tax upon RFO, which means net sales into 100. This is the formula. And how to calculate the net profit? Net profit before tax will be equals to gross profit minus indirect expenses, all the operating expenses plus non-operating expenses plus all the other income. Other income means all operating other income and operating non-operating other income. Clear? Examples already we have discussed in previous class. So suppose tax rate is given 50% and the net profit before tax was given to 5 lakh. So net profit after tax will be 250 and RFO will be clearly given in the question. Then we need to find out the profitability ratio or net profit ratio, which will be always in the percentage form. And there is no ideal ratio fixed by the any industry. So higher the ratio is always a better ratio. Suppose 2 companies are there, or we can assume that 3 companies are there, company A, company B and C. Company A's net profit is 10%, company B's net profit is 20%, and company C's net profit is 30%. It means company C is in the better position as compared to A and B. Means this company can do the appropriations in a better way. It need to pay more taxes to the government. Okay, it need to pay more dividend to the shareholder, and it must be having enough amount to create the reserves to strengthen its financial position. Now it's a numerical time. So I'm giving you one numerical. You all will be solving it. And I'll be giving you just a 2-3 minutes time. Then we will, I will explain it. Okay. So write down. RFO is given. RFO is given. It is rupees 5 lakh. Let's see the PDF also, PPT also for the formula and other things. So this is the net profit ratio. Wait a minute. Yes. Net profit upon revenue from operations into 100, and the answer will be always in percentages. Same thing I have explained by using board. And why this ratio is important? This ratio indicates the overall efficiency of the business. Remember this thing that in profitability ratios, we are calculating 5 ratios. You all know. And all the 5 ratios shows the overall efficiency of the business. Efficiency of the business means how efficiently the resources of the business are used. How efficiently the stock is converted into sales. How efficiently the debtors are converted into cash. Because if efficiently these resources are not used, then it may lead to the losses. Clear? So higher ratio in comparison to previous years shows improvement in the overall efficiency. For example, in the last year, we were having 10% net profit ratio, and this year we are having 20%. So it means how the ratio is increased just because of increase in efficiency. We may have done more of the sales. We may have reduced the wastages. We may have make our debt collection policy strong, so that all combinedly results in the improvement in the efficiency and will enhance the profitability of the business. Clear? So now we will do the numerical. So write down RFO is rupees 5 lakh. Gross profit is equal to rupees 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Salaries and wages. Salary and wages, which is rupees 45,000. Advertisement expenses, which is rupees 10,000. Interest, which is rupees 5,000. Then rent. Rent credit. You all know that rent credit means income or expense. You all know in 11th class we have discussed it. Rupees 60,000. calculate gross profit ratio. One more expense is given, that is the carriage inwards. This is the last. Carriage inwards, rupees 5,000. So you need to calculate net profit ratio. Net profit ratio. The formula is, write down, net profit upon RFO into 100. Clear? Net profit upon RFO into 100. So gross profit is given, RFO is given. So first of all, first step, write down the formula. Yes, first step, write down the formula. Yes, this is the first step. Yesterday also I explained that in ratio questions, you need to follow 4 steps. First step, write down the formula. Second step, 2 variables are there in the ratio. Find out the first variable. Third step, find out the other variable. If it is not directly given in this question, need not to do the third step as it is directly given, RFO. Fourth step, put the values in the formula and find out the answer. So when you will be doing question in stepwise, according to the steps, then there will be no chance of your mark deduction. Your marks cannot be deducted. Clear? So I am waiting for your answer. But here you have to consider one thing, otherwise you may commit mistake. What is that thing? If you are considering gross profit, so you will be not considering any of the direct expense if it is given in the question. Clear? If you are considering gross profit, then you will be not considering any direct expense. Why? Because direct expenses are already subtracted from the gross profit. Yes. Have you done? I have got answers from few students. Very good, Ankita, Ishita, very good. And I am waiting for others' answer, then I will solve it. Do it fast. This is very simple question, as already you know everything about the gross profit and net profit. In 11th class, we have learned these two concepts. So step 1 I have already done. Now I am doing step 2, which is finding out some more answer. Yes, very good, Tanisha. Very good, beta. Yes, second step, find out net profit. First variable. So the formula for net profit is gross profit, as gross profit is given in the question. Gross profit minus indirect expenses plus other income. Plus other income. Okay. So gross profit is given to you, which is 2 lakh minus indirect expense. So what are the indirect expenses here? This one means all those expenses which we were writing debit side of profit and loss account. So this one. And this is indirect income or other income. We will be not considering this. Why? Because it is a direct expense. Carriage inwards, wages, fuel, power, factory expenses, all are the direct expenses. Direct expense means it has been already, yes, direct expense means it has been already included while calculating gross profit ratio. So 2 lakh minus 45,000 and 10,000 and 5,000. So 2 lakh minus 60,000. 2 lakh minus 60,000. Yes. And plus other income. Other income is the 60,000. So the answer will come again. 2 lakh 60,000 is to be subtracted and 60,000 is to be added, as it is other income. Rent credit means rent received. And carriage inwards will not be considered. So now do the third step, find out the third variable. But as you can see that it is directly given, so you need not to do the third step. Just go to the fourth step, but the numbering will be 3. So net profit is 2 lakh upon RFO, which is 5 lakh into 100. So the answer will come 40%. It is really a great net profit ratio, very high net profit ratio. So I hope I am clear with the topic.